is Julia Shebek.
This is the story of the strangest thing that ever happened to me. It's real weird. So it's like those clickbait ads that pop up on the sides of those articles where you read it and it's really weird. You read the headline, it's like giant spider found eating a lion. Khloe Kardashian got stuck in a hole. Giant spider found in Khloe Kardashian's hole. You read the headline and you're like, how did that happen? So the clickbait headline for this story is, Julia gets drowned by a manatee. Yep. When I found out I was going to go swimming with manatees, I was like, what's a manatee? Because at the time I was 10 years old and also dumb as shit. I don't know what a manatee was. To answer my own question, a manatee, according to Wikipedia, is a large, semi-herbivorous fully aquatic marine mammal. But for our purposes, a manatee is a fat dolphin. So I didn't know what a manatee was, and we're driving down there, and we start seeing billboards for the manatee tours, and there are pictures of them on the billboards. And so I look up at the billboard and I see the manatee and I'm like, ew! Because looking out your window and seeing a 30-foot wide manatee face is like looking out your window and seeing a naked old man poop. Please no. I'm gonna check my note card so that I don't forget anything. So by the time I get there, I kind of know what a manatee is. The place is called Birds Underwater Dive Center. I'm going to repeat that. Birds Underwater Dive Center. That's like naming a plane the Flying Clam. You didn't have to put a bird underwater. There are already animals that live there. So we're standing in Birds Underwater, and they've got video playing. And the videos of the tours, they have this cameraman come along with an underwater camera and film you hanging out with the manatees, and then you can buy it for money. I bet they've gotten at least one person come in there and not go on the tour, but buy one of those tapes anyways, just to watch when they're high. Whoa! It's so beautiful. Shh, I'm watching the future. It's real fun, I'm sure. I haven't done it personally. Okay. So we get on the boat and they go over the rules, and they're just simple rules. Don't touch their faces, fins, or tails. That's it. I bet they get the occasional asshole who just first manatee he sees is like, ha! Take that, motherfucker! Bitch slaps a few on the way out. But I never break rules. The only rules are don't touch their faces, fins, or tails, and I never break rules unless it's like underage drinking, because like, what do you want from me? So I don't want to break rules. But we go on the water, and there's manatees everywhere. And it's so cool. Like, there's manatees, you're touching them, they're fine with it. Consent is somewhat assumed. So we're hanging out with the manatees, and it's great. And my expectations are set. I'm like, manatees are super chill. They're gentle giants. I was very wrong. I'm going to tell this part of the story from the manatee's perspective. So he's swimming along, coming back from brunch, And all of a sudden, he spots the most beautiful creature he's ever seen. And he's just like, every night in my dreams, I see you, I feel you, near, far, wherever you. He grabbed me. I swear to God. He grabbed me. He had two fins firmly planted on my hips. Like a scared middle schooler at a dance. So this manatee is grabbing onto me. And I know what you're thinking. Firmly planted? Manatees aren't strong. No. Under all that blubber, manatees are ripped. They're like semi-herbivorous tanks. So this manatee is holding on to me, and he's like, hey, friend! And I'm like, oh my God, I'm touching his fins, I broke a rule. And in my 10-year-old mind, now that I've broken one rule, if I break another rule, I will go to prison. Like, going to happen, for sure. So I don't want to break another rule, so I'm trying to get away from him, but his face is right by my feet, so I can't kick, so I'm like, frantically breaststroking. Nothing's happening, I'm not going anywhere. So this manatee is holding on to me, and this is when he decides he's going to turn me sideways. Fun fact about snorkels. They don't work underwater. I couldn't breathe. So to the manatee, this is a fun thing we're doing together. He's like telling all his friends. He's like, look, Bob, I got one. And I'm dying. So next the manatee decides he's going to chew on my knee, which is the next logical step in the story. So not only am I drowning, but he's also eating me. So I'm lying in the water, slowly accepting my imminent death, when I look over and the underwater camera is filming me. So I'm looking into the camera, and I realize as I contemplate what it must be recording, this is the stupidest way to die. Shit. So I start laughing, and I'm wasting all my air, so I'm definitely going to die now. And thankfully, the manatee gets bored of mouth groping my knee, and it goes up for air and lets me go. And I'd like to end by telling you guys that, for obvious reasons, we bought the tape. And I just want to take this last moment to recognize all the families and stoners who bought this. We got to this part and we're like, what the fuck? That's my